Thank you, Ms. Sheena, for that welcome. Again, our keynote speaker is Councilmember James Mitchell, Jr. Mr. Mitchell serves as City of Charlotte at-large representative and has spent much of his professional career working in construction, including as a business director of business development for Barton Malo and president of RJ Reaper Construction. He received his bachelor's degree from the illustrious North Carolina Central University with a degree in information systems. He has been involved in multiple leadership organizations within the community, including serving as vice president of the Black Political Caucus and president of Focus Leadership, Save the Seed, Black Data Processing Association, and Young Democrats of Mecklenburg County. You've been busy. His accomplishments include helping to bring thousands of jobs and several large events to Charlotte, one being the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, CIAA, which always falls on my birthday and I'm never able to attend. Other achievements, he's had role as our North Lake Mall, Truist Field, Bank of America Stadium improvements, 2 political conventions, and the Charlotte Inclusion Program. He also contributed to renaming a street in Uptown after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As a member of at-large representative, his key priorities are improving economic development, affordable housing, workforce development, and public safety. Please help me welcome at-large representative James Mitchell Jr.
So I'm gonna be like Terry. Do I really need a microphone? Okay. So first of all, let me make a little personal touch to the founder and the CEO, because we're connected 2 ways. We're both proud graduates of West Charlotte Senior High School, and we both graduates of North Carolina Central University. And so when I got the invitation to come and speak, my staff said, well, you got 6 other events today. And I said, I do? I said, yes. And I always ask the question, how many of them have personal connection to me? And she said, well, now, Ms. Hugh has West Charlotte, North Carolina Central, so I know which one you're going to do. So thank you for inviting me. And a funny note, so her mom is in the back, and her mother and I were classmates at Dub C. Mom, I ain't going to tell which year, but we were classmates in the 80-ish, I should say. So first of all, to the parents and aunts and counselors who are here, thank you for this proud moment. Thank you for the sacrifice. Auntie, you drove an hour and a half to be here today. Family, you drove from Raleigh to be here. Counselor, you wearing 2 hats, CPCC and West Charlotte. But thank you so much, because you know the importance of being here when my kids and our children, they reach an accomplishment like they will do today. And to the 2 young ladies who are here, who are about to further your education career, I just want to spend just a little moment talking about my story and how you can too be successful. College is a big transition. And so the first part is the fun part, right? So I'm gonna look at my 2 rising college students. I'm not gonna look at the parents. But here's the fun part. You're away from home. Okay, for the first time. No mom, no dad, no aunt, no brothers and sisters. You're on your own in a dormitory with a stranger. So I will say to you, the first lesson I want you to practice is always be true to yourself. And so when you reach and you're about to leave come August, some cases come June, when you go to that campus, just remember, 1, who's behind you with love and support. And number 2, focus on what's important to you in your future. I can tell you when I left West Charlotte going to North Carolina Central the night before, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. Both going to a new venture and fear. For the first time, I'll be away from my parents. For the first time, I'll be away from my comfort zone. For the first time, I'm gonna be 2 hours away from my home. And so when you wake up that next day, you're in the car and you're going to the campus, say a quick prayer. Because your parents and your relatives will tell you, having prayer in your life is like a security blanket. And so when I got on North Carolina Central campus, first thing you would notice is how big the university is and how big the dormitory is. Then you're gonna notice all these strange people. Thousands of new friends and faces, a whole new students and professors and people who say they want to help you be successful. So the 3 P's I'm gonna tell you is the first thing I want you to remember. The first P, I need you each and every day that you get up, going to class, you need to pray. Say a quick prayer. The second P, I want you to surround yourself with positive friends. People who think like you, who want to accomplish stuff like you, and people who have your same desires. And the third P, I want you to always tell yourself positive thoughts. We live in a world now that we feel from TikTok to the internet to CNN to the news, and a lot of our images of our future generation is not positive. But you are a testimony. Through prayer, hard work, and support, you can achieve everything the good Lord will put in front of you. I would tell the young lady that's going to North Carolina Central, I was talking to her aunt, and her aunt was just beaming with joy because she would go to North Carolina Central already as a sophomore, potentially as a junior. And you can see the aunt proud and say, that graduation date, I'm going to show up, show out. And aunt, you should. You drove from Raleigh for a special reason. Your whole family is here because you telling this blessing that we got you, we behind you, we believe in you. And so now I would say, my future leaders of this society, it's up to you. And doing this road that's going to lead to success, there are going to be some roadblocks. I don't want you to get discouraged. Your parents and your aunt and your family are here for you. And I would tell you, in North Carolina Central, the first bump in the road I had was, you go to school for 4 years. And I got my priority mixed up. I pledged a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and I got all happy, and I stopped going to classes as frequently as I need to. And so you realize when you're in college, if you have your major courses, anything below a C, you have to repeat again. So I did as any typical college student. I came home, told my mom and dad I blamed it on this faculty. Mom and dad, they don't like me. They gave me a D, I didn't earn a D. And the truth of the matter, the professor's gonna give you what you earn. My priorities had changed. And so I found myself listening to my daddy's voice. My father told me I was the first generation to go to college. And he said, son, make me proud. Be the first one to graduate. I was the third oldest cousin on the Mitchell side, and there had been 18 aunts and uncles before me, and none of them had the opportunity to go to college. You have a unique opportunity, a unique blessing. Take full advantage of it. So I sit there thinking that all my rest of the friends who came in college, they were graduating, and here I was going to be stuck to have to go additional year, a 5th year. So my pride was hurt, and I was embarrassed. All my other friends were getting caps and gowns, they were getting measured, and I was off registering for a whole year of extracurricular. And I'm gonna tell you, my father told me, so Dad, I'm glad you're here, James. My father told me very early, I want you to be the first one to get a college degree, but I need you to do it in 4 years. Because you got a daughter that's coming behind you, and I need to save up for her. So needless to say, when I told my dad I had to go an extra year, Dad looked me right in the eyes. He said, son, didn't we have this conversation 4 years ago? So if you're going to get that college degree, but you're going to pay with your own money. So I advise you to get a job, get work study, and pay for your 5th year at North Carolina Central. And guess what I did? I got a job at Budget Rent-A-Car, washing cars. I took out a student loan. I wanted to fulfill what he had in store for me, was to graduate. Yes, I hit a speed bump in the road. I didn't focus for 4 years, but I did not give up. So when you have those speed bumps where there are friends who are going to turn on you, class is going to get tough, and sometimes even financial difficulties, don't give up. The reward, I can tell you, when I went across that stage to 5th year, the first holler was my mom. So aunt, I feel you. My mother had made a sacrifice for me because my mama had a slip disc in her back. And the doctor had told her, you need to stop working. And the first thing my mother said, I'm working to put my son through college. And so for me, I had a burning desire. I didn't want my mother's pain to just be a lost pain. I want her pain to be pain of joy. So it was Mother's Day, and I was going across the stage, and when the chancellor called your name, I'd like to give an award to James L. Mitchell Jr., the first call I heard, my baby! That is sound, I will tell you, as incoming freshmen love to hear. It's the sound of joy, and your parents are proud of you, and your aunts are proud of you. And so, finished North Carolina Central. After 5 years, I majored in computer programming. But it meant so much to me. I look back, how did I become a community leader? It was through North Carolina Central, through community service. So one thing about college, it's bigger than just academic. You're preparing yourself for success in life. And I love the fact that the foundation starts with debt and health management and finances. Because I got to tell you a funny story. And parents, you're gonna laugh. So I'm gonna date myself. So there was a company called Sears and Roebuck back in the early days. Everybody remember Sears and Roebuck, right? And so I had an old beat up 1974 Oldsmobile. And so my father gave me a credit card. He said, use the credit card for the car. Get to college. One weekend, my fraternity brother said, man, we need some money. We need to buy some gifts. I put out my Sears credit card and bought some gifts on the Sears credit card. Now my father clearly told me the credit card was for what? The car. Lesson number one, listen to your parents. So I go charge about $300 worth of jeans and shirts on the credit card. The bill goes to my parents. My parents, hello, you know where this story's going. The bill goes to my mother's home. She opens the bill. This before mobile phone. I know y'all can't believe this, but we didn't have mobile phone back in the day. And she calls me in the dormitory and she said, James, your father would like to talk to you. Bingo, I knew I was in trouble then. When Dad gets on the phone, it's a different conversation. So Dad nicely says, son, what did you buy at Sears? So the first thing we always do is what? Deny. Dad, I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, let me share with you. 4 pair of jeans, 2 shirts, a warm-up suit, total $312. Let me ask you again, what did you buy at Sears? I said, well, he said, no problem. He said, this is the deal. I'm gonna make the minimum payment of $10. When you graduate from North Carolina Central, that bill becomes yours. Managing and understanding the power of credit. And when you're on campus now, you're gonna have Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America sending you credit applications. Repeat after me. I will not take your credit card and college. Your parents and your family will love that. Because once again, you don't want to come out of school with enormous debt and bad credit. Pray, positive thoughts and positive friends, and don't give up on yourself. One thing I can remember, I was born in the projects here in Charlotte. How many Charlotte neighbors I have? So y'all know about Southside, right? So I was born in Southside, and I can remember the stories of people telling me those who were born in the project never achieved nothing. And even as an elected official now, I make sure your zip code don't determine what you're going to accomplish. But I remember being in Southside, hear all the negative things about Southside. And so I just remember about hard work, believing in myself, surrounding myself with good friends. I was able to get a college degree and now serve on the Charlotte City Council, the longest city council member in the history of Charlotte. And I credit it a lot to people believing and staying focused. You will make mistakes. You know what? None of us are perfect in life. But I want you to remember one thing, be true to yourself. Social work already now, 3.6 GPA, and the best is yet to come. I thought I'd memorize it. You're going to know in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I gotta remember. And so think about all the great entrepreneurs we have had in our country. Hard workers, had a vision, and when people told them no, they found the yes door. We need you to take that same entrepreneur attitude. Don't be denied when people say, well, you don't have the right proposal. How many people have done it before you? You need to say, sometimes it needs to be a first. First to find the Curious Council. We had first to have a black president. And so being the first is always special and unique. So my 2 graduates, high school students, come up here with me. front of all these people that love you, you're gonna take the pledge. You got your family here, you got your aunt here, so I want you to repeat after me. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
Natalie Whitney,
Will do my best
do my best
to take
to take
my God-given talent
my God-given talent
to fulfill
to fulfill
my God-given purpose.
my God-given purpose.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Let's clap for it.